Hello, teacher. I'm really sorry to disturb you. I know you're busy, but I need your assistance.
Oh, Charles, don't worry. We just finished our faculty meeting. I was about to head home for lunch, but I can spare a few minutes. What do you need help with?
Thank you so much. I wouldn't bother you unless it was crucial. Honestly, teacher, I have a major issue. I can speak English comfortably with my friends or when I'm alone, but when I have to talk to strangers or give presentations, I panic. I'm really scared. I can't speak English fluently. Can you help me, please?
I understand. So, you're looking for ways to overcome your fear of speaking English, correct?
Yes, that's right. I need to learn how to get over my fear of speaking English.
It's very common to feel anxious about speaking English. Many people worry about speaking in front of classmates, talking to native speakers, making mistakes, and other things. But if the anxiety prevents you from speaking, you might miss chances to practice your English. Trust me, I went through the same thing when I was learning English years ago. I missed many opportunities. Once, a coordinator from another country came and needed someone who could speak English. Although it wasn't my responsibility, I knew English. I could have spoken, but I was too scared. So, they had to call someone from another department. Then, the coordinator offered my coworker a job opportunity abroad in his company. It was a wake-up call for me. That's when I decided I would seize every opportunity to speak English.
Wow, that must have been a tough experience. What steps did you take to overcome your fear?
Overcoming anxiety about speaking English takes time, but it's possible. Here are some tips. Preparation is crucial if you want to overcome that fear. Be ready before you face these situations. Plan how to handle potential problems. We often worry about things going wrong and not knowing how to handle them. Ask yourself, what if I forget a word? What if my mind goes blank? What if I don't understand the other person? By planning what you'll do and say if these things happen, you might feel less anxious.
That makes sense, but how do I prepare for those scenarios?
If you forget a word, for example, prepare some phrases like, I can't remember the word. What I mean is, and then try to describe the word. You could use synonyms, it's similar to, or antonyms, it's the opposite of. If you don't understand what someone says, you can respond with, sorry, I didn't catch that, or, could you say that again, please? Write these phrases in your notebook and practice them. Remember, communication is never perfect, even for native speakers. Dealing with such issues is a normal part of speaking. The more prepared you are for challenges, the better you'll handle them.
That's really helpful advice. What else can I do?
Embrace problems and mistakes as part of the learning process. Learning a language is challenging, and you will definitely encounter problems and make mistakes. Everyone does. But mistakes can teach you a lot and help you improve. Good speakers aren't those who speak perfectly all the time. They're the ones who can resolve communication issues when they happen.
I understand. That makes me feel a bit more comfortable with making mistakes.
I'm glad to hear that. Another tip is to start online, which is a less intimidating way to practice conversing in English. When writing, you have more time to think about what you want to say and can use tools like Google Translate if needed. You can use online language learning forums, chat rooms, message boards, or even comment sections in videos. You can interact with me or other students and share your ideas. You can also start conversations on social media. These options give you more time and help you practice without the fear of speaking in real time.
That's a great idea. I hadn't considered using online resources that way.
Begin with language partners you feel comfortable with. Friends and relatives may be less intimidating than strangers. Finding a language exchange partner could also be beneficial. You can support each other and feel less anxious.
I'll definitely give that a try. Any advice on staying calm during a conversation?
Yes, you can practice techniques to stay calm. For example, take deep breaths, use positive self-talk, challenge negative thoughts, and smile. There's a lot of evidence showing that our behavior can affect our feelings. Smiling can help make you feel more at ease. If you're feeling nervous during a conversation, smiling might help you feel more comfortable.
I'll try to remember to smile. It sounds simple, but it might really help.
It often does. Also, slow down your speech. Speaking more slowly can make it easier for you to participate in conversations and help reduce your anxiety. People often rush, even if it means making more mistakes. Slow down, focus on your words, and aim to speak clearly. Additionally, it's helpful to mention that you're still learning English and not an expert. This can relieve some pressure and help you feel less tense when speaking.
That's really practical advice. I'll try to slow down and let others know I'm still learning.
That's a good plan. One thing you can start doing immediately is to expose yourself to more English outside of class. Watch English movies, listen to English music, or follow English-speaking YouTubers. This will help you get used to the rhythm and sounds of the language.
I've been watching some English movies, but I often have to use subtitles. Is that okay?
Using subtitles is actually a great way to improve your listening skills. Try watching the movie once with subtitles and then watch it again without them. Over time, you'll find yourself relying on the subtitles less and less.
That makes sense. I'll try that with my favorite movies.
Another effective method is to read out loud. This helps you practice pronunciation and build confidence. Pick a book, an article, or even song lyrics and read them aloud. If you can, record yourself and listen to the playback to identify areas for improvement.
That's a great idea. I can start with short articles or poems.
Exactly. Start small and gradually work your way up to longer texts. Also, try to engage in shadowing. This involves listening to a piece of audio and then trying to speak along with it. It's a powerful technique to improve fluency and pronunciation.
Shadowing sounds interesting. I'll look for some audio clips to practice with.
Good. And don't forget to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Every step forward is a victory. Keeping a journal of your English practice can help you see how far you've come over time.
I like that idea. It'll be motivating to look back and see my improvements.
Definitely. And remember, learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself and consistent in your efforts.
Thank you for all these tips. I feel more confident already.
I'm glad to hear that. Do you have any specific topics you'd like us to cover in our next session?
Maybe we can focus on some practical conversation scenarios, like introducing myself, asking for directions, or ordering food.
That's a great idea. Real-life scenarios are very useful for building confidence. We'll practice those in our next meeting.
Awesome. I'll prepare some phrases and questions in advance.
Excellent. The more prepared you are, the better you'll feel. Also, think about any other situations where you feel particularly nervous and we can address those too.
Will do. I think preparing for different scenarios will really help reduce my anxiety.
That's the spirit. Remember, the key is to practice regularly and not be afraid of making mistakes. Each mistake is a learning opportunity.
Thank you, teacher. I feel much better after talking to you.
I'm glad I could help, Charles. Keep practicing and don't hesitate to reach out if you need any more guidance. See you tomorrow after class.
See you tomorrow, teacher. Thanks again.